What's up guys, and welcome back to our van life series. We're here to talk to you about everything you need to know about living in a vehicle.
Today we'll be talking about safety in a vehicle and everything, all the tips that we've learned while we've been living in the van on how to keep safe.
And it's been quite a while as well. I've been in this thing for about 5 years, driving through the Americas from Chile to Alaska. Those of you who have followed our travel series will know that. Yeah, and those of you that don't know that should go and watch it because it's really good. Anyway.
All coming up.
Let's get on with that. Okay guys, this video is not about security gear. We did a separate video about the equipment and gear that we use to keep our stuff safe and sound whilst we're out and about exploring. If you want to see that, it's linked up there. This video is about personal safety and how you can stay safe whilst living in a vehicle, because let's face it, often you're sleeping in places you're not familiar with or visiting new lands and exploring and having all that good van life fun, which is why you signed up to this crazy lifestyle in the first place, alright? So
our first tip is to kind of make sure you know your area and know where you're parking for the night. Sometimes it's impossible to do that because you rock up in a town very late and you don't really know what's going on around you.
So when we rock up at a new town, we usually rely on GPS to get our bearings and to locate a good safe area to park up or to spend the night. Rivers, beach access, quiet cul-de-sacs, or even sometimes industrial areas are the kind of things that we might scan the map for.
The problem we face is finding these safe areas isn't always possible when we don't have an internet connection. That's why we rely on offline mapping apps such as Maps.me, which is really popular with the overlanding and travel community.
Yeah, it is popular and it's super useful because it allows you to download maps for the entire regions before you go offline. But mainly it's the app of choice because it has an offline search facility.
Yeah, this is really important, and it means like in an emergency situation, you have something that you can rely on to locate places like police stations and hospitals.
Yeah, and even 24-hour businesses, ATMs, toilets, accommodation if you need it, even Wi-Fi connections that are near your location. So offline GPS apps like Maps.me can do all of that. That's why it's really useful from a safety perspective, but also generally for travel. That's why so many of us use it and why we recommend that you guys go check out the app also.
So keeping safe by making sure that you're in a safe-ish area. And if you can't find a safe area...
Sometimes you don't know though as well. Like sometimes a safe situation can kind of turn unsafe. You know what I mean? Like it seems fine, everything always seems fine, and then something goes down.
Guess why there's tips for that too.
Yes, let's get into those ones.
Okay, so if something does happen to you in the middle of the night, people come and try to get in your car or whatever, and one tip is to make sure that you have your seat clear, just in case you do need to drive away very quickly, and make sure that your keys are handy so you can grab them quickly and get in and
sounds like common sense, right? But honestly, like you can lose your keys in a vehicle. They're in my jeans pocket. Oh, I've got to get out of here. Where are they? Where's my jeans? No, they're not here. Like you don't want that situation to happen. You want one place where your keys should be at all times. The ignition works fine, or you know, a hook somewhere near the other door if that's where you want to keep them. But just know where your keys are.
Always have it in the same spot, so your reaction is just to grab, get in and go.
Yeah.
Another safety tip if somebody comes into your vehicle at night is, we mentioned this in the security equipment, is to have a headlamp available and easily accessible, so that if somebody does come and knocks on your door, instead of putting on your light so they can see in you, have a headlamp so you can shine it on them and see who it is, so they can kind of get blinded or like shocked and scared, or if it's just the police wanting to say hi and...
No, do that to the police too. Yeah, they do it to you. When you get pulled over by the police, the first thing they do is put their shiny spotlights onto your wing mirror so it shines in and blinds you and you can't see them walking up. So when they knock on the door in the middle of the night, get your headlight and shine it in their face, see how they like it.
Yeah.
Tell them I told you to do that.
Another tip for parking at night in an unfamiliar area is to make sure that you can have an easy escape route. So making sure that you're parking with your nose out so you can easily go forward, not having to back out. If somebody does try to to go behind you and block you in, that's not a good situation if you're going to be stuck there. So making sure you have an easy escape route.
Yeah, we always park with our nose facing out so we can drive away, with multiple exit routes if possible. It's not always possible. I hope this video doesn't scare you guys, because like this is just all kind of safety and like, you know, precautions for what if. And that is a conversation that we have as well, isn't it? When we arrive somewhere that we're not sure about, and like, we'll just talk through what do we do in this situation, get a vibe from each other.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think if you do feel unsafe in an area, just have a quick chat with your partner or whoever you're with, or if you're on your own, try to like think of a plan of what you do if something would happen, and just to kind of like get you prepared just in case.
We're not really gun people. We don't have a gun. We cross a lot of international borders too, so having a gun would be problematic for us. We have a spear gun for catching fish, but that's a whole different story. So let's talk about weapons. We don't really feel like stabbing anybody, although we do carry a machete and have used it occasionally.
That's more just to scare people.
Hola! Mexico. So what do we use in terms of weapons to keep ourselves secure? We have pepper spray
and bear spray,
for bears or humans if they really, you know, step over the line. We have, can you grab that for me?
Pepper spray, which is easy accessible, which is great because it's right next to the door, so if we have, I can't even get it open. It's really easy accessible, so, and it's tiny as well, so it's next to the door, so if anything happens we secretly get it out, have it in our hand and ready to go if we need to.
So
it looks tiny, but it's a good idea to have something like this tiny, so just in case. Usually if there is going to be a situation, people will come to your van to check you out first, approach you kind of nicely and suss you out a bit. So if you do feel unsafe when that happens, it's a good idea to have one of them just prepared in your hand. It's quite little and hidden. If you do need to use it, you've got it there.
I think that's a good point, Leah, because you know, people think about personal safety in a van and they think that, you know, someone's going to come up and smash the window in the middle of the night and drag you out like an angry bear. That's probably not going to happen. What's much more likely to happen is somebody comes up and susses you out.
Yeah.
You know, they start like, oh, okay, you're friendly, you seem vulnerable and you've got some stuff. And we've been scoped and checked out by people. We've also been distracted by people and had other people sneak around and steal our stuff. So that's another thing as well, is always make sure that you have your eyes on the prize. Like all the time, you know where all of your stuff is. Never have anything out of sight so it can get stolen. And if somebody does engage you in conversation, make sure that you're not looking away from your vehicle, because the chances are they're working in pairs and somebody is lifting something from behind you. So just spin around and have them facing, so you're facing your vehicle and they're in between you and your vehicle, and then you can keep an eye on everything.
Yeah. So bear spray and pepper spray. We usually have obviously our doors locked at night, and our bear spray and pepper spray by the door, so if we need to use it, it's very easily accessible.
Yeah, we actually have a secondary lock on our door because it doesn't lock so well, so it's just a bit of extra time that if somebody was to try the door in the night, it has happened once or twice, that it just gives us time to get up and grab the machete and, you know, put my angry face on.
And the last tip, if you really feel unsafe in a place and you have nowhere, or you're too tired to go anywhere else, try to find a 24-hour business like a police station or a gas station or a pharmacy. They are usually open, they usually have security guards.
It's the human traffic, you know, having people walking past the vehicle, doesn't make for the best night's sleep. We wouldn't recommend it all the time, but it's better than parking out in the boondocks away from everybody, where somebody could potentially see that you're there and then, you know, decide to commit a crime and relieve you of your possessions. So the 24-hour business is a good tip for that worst case scenario.
Yes. If you do want to know more about van life and how to keep safe on the road and how to prepare your vehicle for the road, we have made an ebook that answers questions about preparing, living and lasting on the road. So if you want to check that out, go to the link just up there or here.
Or there, or here, or there. It's over there. We know it's over there.
Thanks guys, until next time.
Happy travels.